Hello there, Laura Tripp here. I am going to be doing my in-service on the functional movement screen. A little outline, we're going to go through an introduction. What is the functional movement screen? Literature review, a little research study that I did in my undergraduate. Conclusion, the need for further research and references as well as a handout. So the functional movement screen was the first of its kind. There was no tool out there that helped to track substitutions and compensations that took place from as young as 12 years old on all the way up to 85. I've done a functional movement screen on an 85-year-old. There's no tool out there that helps to put somebody into a category, look at their substitutions, and also come up with a solution on how to make them more functionally efficient. So Lee Burton and Gary Cook came up with this screen. It is a 7-point screen. So there's 7 movements that you take place. Now, obviously, there's going to be some manipulation that might take place because you're not going to put a 85-year-old person into a inline lunge or, something a little bit more dramatic like that. You're going to come up with a better option that could test that balance and everything like that. So it is a deep squat, an inline lunge, shoulder mobility, active straight leg raise, tricep push-up, rotary stability, all of those types of things. And then there are also 3 clearing tests just to rule out like shoulder impingement and stuff like that, low back pain, all of that kind of stuff. So what is the functional movement screen? It is a screen it is a functional movement screen is a product of the exercise philosophy known as the functional movement systems. This exercise philosophy and corresponding set of resources is based upon science, years of innovation, and current research. How it works. Basically, you bring somebody through those 7 sets of movements and you score them. The biggest challenge is to not read into that score. You give the patient or the athlete 3 tries. After 2 tries, if they are not succeeding at that 3 score, like the best score, then you bring it down. You give them a modification. Like for a deep squat, rather than their heels being flat on the ground, you use like a 2x4 and you lift their heels a little bit and then you put them into that deep squat. It helps them to get down further. Okay, the need. The movement screening and the movement assessment are important because these are the 2 systems that bridge the gap between real-life activities, medical or performance testing, and advanced biomechanical analysis. The importance of bridging the gap is to establish qualitative movement pattern standard. Movement patterns are designed to protect us and feed us, or in a different view, help us receive pleasure and avoid pain, like pleasure of being active and avoid the pain that might come afterwards. Like, why are you getting that knee pain after playing basketball for 30 minutes or something like that? Our movements are based off of patterns that we do, that we learned when we are a baby. A deep squat, that's how we learn to stand up. A plank, that's how we learn to get up into that deep squat position. The inline lunge, you take 1 step up and then you bring the other knee up to get into the deep squat. So these are all fundamental movement patterns that we once had at a perfect score, but then real life happens and our mechanics change with compensation. What does it do? The FMS, Functional Movement Screen system, simplifies the concept of movement and its impact on our body. Its streamlined system has benefits for everyone involved: individuals, exercise professionals, physicians, therapists. Everybody can evaluate. Everybody can benefit from this. Okay, the role of the FMS in training and treatment. What it does, it bridges the gap between therapy and fitness, especially if you have an active individual. Even if that individual is 12 or 85, if they are active, they could benefit from this. Helps correlate pre and performance physical and post-performance physical scores. So pre-season versus post-season, improving those scores with proper warm-up and cool-down can make a difference. Assess the functional mobility and stability of an individual. What it doesn't do. It doesn't relate to corrective exercises. There aren't specific exercises that you do because of one score. You follow the program, the scoring all the way through, and then you go back and assess what is the primary thing that we need to work on first. Is it core stability? Is it hip flexibility? Now remember that stability is more important than mobility. So you got to work on stability first and then you move into mobility. Okay.